Anytime Dan Riskin is on, you can expect to be amazed or see me be very amazed. Today, it's all about the science of sound. Hey, Dan.
Good to see you.
Oh, my gosh, it's so good to see and hear you today.
Oh, hearing you. Yeah, so the thing about sound is that it's one of these things that we do and we think nothing of it, but what we're doing is simply amazing.
Yeah.
So you have these pressure sensors on the sides of your head. We call them ears, to use the technical term.
Okay.
But you know when you're in a plane and you're landing, you're like, the pressure on my ears.
Yeah.
That's their job, is to detect pressure. And so when you hear a sound, you're detecting that the pressure goes up and then it goes down. And then it goes up and then it goes down. And the frequency with which the pressure changes is the sound. So when it's fast, we hear,
yeah.
And when it's slow, we hear, and it's just crazy to me that that comes through as a sound.
Yes.
When it really, it's like a graph of frequency versus time, and it's like, nope, sound.
No, it's here, and I understand. Honestly, sometimes I think about that. The air traveling through my throat is something that I can make sounds with, and you understand what I'm saying. It's wild. But you're going to show us a little bit about how sound looks.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So when those pressure waves are moving through the air, they move stuff around. They vibrate, right? And so I've got some rice that I put on a plate to make. I mean, you do a lot of cooking.
I do do a lot of cooking.
This will probably not taste as good as what you just made, but nonetheless. So I'm going to play a noise through this, and this is a noise. This is a C.
Yeah.
It's 440 hertz. Nothing too exciting, but when I bring the frequency down to about 60.
Oh, look at it go! Oh.
I gotta hit exactly the right frequency because that's what's called the resonant frequency of this material. So this thing has, just like a diving board that wants to bounce at a certain frequency, this thing has a frequency built into it. And if I can hit it with that sound, it'll resonate at that frequency. And so that's a big part of what we hear with sound. And that's a big part of why our voices sound different. Yeah. A big part of why different things make different sounds in our environment.
That's so fascinating. And the diving board actually makes a lot of sense because, you know, when you try to jump a different beat, it doesn't work.
Right, you've got to go with what the diving board said to. And you can go to the back and turn that funny wheel and then make it go at a different frequency. That's all resonant frequencies.
There's a wheel?
Well, there's a wheel on
Dude, I always learn so many things.
Actually, I just do this. This is how I warm up. And then I do the flip.
Right on. Okay, so cool. Okay.
Now I want to talk about resonant frequencies and size. Okay. So I've got 3 different mixing bowls. Again, I'm really nailing the cooking thing here.
Yeah, you really are.
But you intuitively know your way around a kitchen, and there are things your brain does that you don't even realize. And one of those is to perceive your environment with sound and pay attention to those frequencies. So would you put on that blindfold, please?
Sure.
I'm going to clank. You've got a big bowl, a medium bowl, and a small bowl. Okay. And this is probably going to be weirdly easy for you, but you're probably going to be able to tell which one I'm hitting with a fork from the sound.
All right.
And we don't think about this, but it really works. 1.
Big. Smaller. Smallest.
Yeah, exactly. So the frequency of the resonance changes with the size. What happens is when I hit the side of this, there's a pressure wave that resonates in here, and because it's big, a big wave can fit with a low frequency. So it's whoa, whoa, whoa. This one, it's got to be faster, it's got to be higher, and this one, it's got to be even higher. And that resonation of frequencies is the same reason that my voice is different from yours. Look at my neck. See this weird thing I have? It's called Adam's apple.
Oh, yeah.
See how big it is?
Yeah.
Because it's so big. I have a big bowl in my throat. That's why my voice is low, is because of the size of this thing. And you don't really think about how the shape of somebody's neck fits to their voice, but that's all it is.
Okay. And what about like the speed of something, like listening to something, like echolocation? Because I know you're a bat guy.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about echolocation. So my favorite animals are bats.
Yes.
And one of the things that they can do is to shout and listen to the echoes as they come back to detect their environment. When they do that, they do it at such a high frequency that you can't even hear it. I have a video, and you will hear it, but I'm going to explain. Watch this video.
Whoa.
So this is a video that I helped shoot with my friend Nick Christoph.
Yeah.
This is a Mexican free-tailed bat flying in a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
And you can hear it echolocating as it flaps its wings. But the reason you can hear it in this video is because that's a slow-mo video.
Okay.
And so you know when you make a slow-mo video of a person, it's like, my voice gets lower because the frequency goes down. Same thing with that video. You would never be able to hear that bat. It's 4 times higher than the highest noise you can hear. But when I slow it down, they're making all this noise. And the thing about bats is they are as loud as smoke detectors.
Really?
But you can't hear them because your frequencies, you don't pick it up with your ears.
That's wild.
They would be the most annoying animals in the world if you could hear them. But you can't.
You can't. I mean, lucky for bats, because I do love a bat.
Exactly.
So what about, you were talking about the general size of our kind of like, my Adam's apple.
Your lack of
My
Adam's
lack
apple,
of Adam's apple. So I've got that higher voice. Is there anything about like air that changes things as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the speed with which the sound can travel and the resonant frequency is set by the density of the medium. And I
Okay.
just happen to have some helium balloons here, and
Okay,
I'm sure
okay.
people can guess where this is going.
Okay, I'm very excited
But
about this.
if you're using a different medium instead of normal air, if I put a different medium that's much less dense into my voice box, it's going to resonate at different frequencies.
Okay.
So, actually, I don't like using scissors. I like to bite it.
Oh, that's crazy.
No, I
Dan!
don't. I guess I don't like to bite
I
it.
was gonna say, that was cool.
Did you hear the noise, though?
I did hear
Yeah,
the noise.
a lot
That
of
was cool
frequencies there.
noise. That was a lot of frequencies.
Maybe I will bite it. Or...
I'm gonna do it here. Wait, you want
Okay,
help?
I'll
got
snip you.
There
There you go. And then you cut me.
Okay. Guys, this is science. Yeah.
This is surgery is what
Yeah.
it is. Okay. So I'm going to breathe this in, and we're going to see if it makes a change to my deep, deep voice.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to work. I have no way of knowing. But what's happening is that the frequency sets up with a different resonation frequency inside that same voice box.
Okay.
But because it's a different fluid, it moves at a different speed.
Wow.
I think you should try.
I've always wondered what this was.
Well, that was really fun, Dan. Thank you so much.
Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.